What is up, YouTube? This is Matt here, and I am here with a deck profile for Pendulum Magicians. A lot of people don't think that the deck is super competitive, but I've been taking it to locals over the past couple weeks. I've gotten first, fourth, third, ninth in a bigger one. It's just kind of all over the place in terms of like a better finish. I never really like do that bad with it necessarily. It's a consistent deck. It's really cheap to make, and it's combo oriented and super fun. And a lot of people don't really. What am I trying to say? They just don't expect it, and they don't think it's a great deck anymore. When in reality, it's still pretty good, and it's a good option. So I'm gonna show you guys what I've been playing, and then I'll mention kind of what I'm thinking about changing about the deck and that thing. So yeah, I'll get right into it. So for the main deck, I am playing triple Astrograph Sorcerer. Some people play 2. I've been thinking about dropping it down to 2, but it is kind of nice just opening it up and not having to search. It's a really good card. This is how you get out Zark, even though you don't get Zark out that much. But it is a good card. Triple Wisdom Eye, this card's self-explanatory. Triple Harmonizing Magician, this is basically what's making the deck really good. If she's pendulumed from the hand, you get to special summon a magician out of deck, and that is phenomenal. 1 Oath Dragon. The Oath Dragon is super important, but you only need 1 because you never want to draw it. You want to Wisdom Eye into the Oath Dragon, so I cut it down to 1, and it is amazing. You definitely need to play this card. I played triple Black Fang. Black Fang can activate his effect to half your opponent's attack if there's not another magician in your other zone, and then he special summons a dark spellcaster from the grave, so he really keeps a lot of plays alive and that sort of thing, so he's really good. I played double Iris Magician. It's really good as well. You can't activate it first turn, so that doesn't make me like absolutely in love with this card, but you definitely need to play at least 2, if not 3. I play double Purple Poison. The only reason why I don't play 3 is a lot of times I find myself going for Oath Dragon for my low scale. But Purple Poison's really good, especially early game, because it really gives you the attack bonus that you need, and then it can pop a face-up card on the field as well, so it's super good. And then I play 1 White Wing just to be able to go into Zark. If you don't want to play Zark, then cut this card because this card's garbage. I play triple Joker. I've seen some deck profiles online and people like cut this down to 2 for some reason, and I just think that's absolutely absurd. If you think Joker is getting cloggy, then play like Allure of Darkness or something, or just wait another turn and summon it again because it's a free search and you don't use your normal summon that much outside of normal summoning Joker. So I think it's amazing to play at 3. I am playing the Sky Iris deal, so I played Dissolver and the Pendulum Dragon. Pendulum Dragon is good. It does double battle damage, and it searches out your. It can search out your Purple Poison. It can search out Harmonizing, Wisdom Eye. So there's way more targets in this deck than there was before. And then Dissolver is really good because it lets you get an extra 2k on board for free, even though you can't Pendulum summon it in this deck. And then it helps you go into your Vortex Dragon because I cut the spell card. I played double Gofu. I would probably play 3 if I had a third one, to be honest, because this card is that good right now. You need to open Gofu. You don't need to. Obviously, you don't need to. The deck is kind of interesting because with links, it's really good, but if you just kind of want to be patient and play like 1 XCs at a time and just keep Astrograph or Pendulum Dragon on board, you can totally do that too. But Gofu, like having the Decode Talker and being able to go into a couple things is just like amazing. I think earlier today, I did Gofu into a Decode Talker, and then I had a Time Star Magician and an Abyss Dweller on Light Sworns, which was pretty legit. So yeah, Gofu's really good. And then a Maxi, even though it's at 1, I did see it a couple times today, and it won me the mirror match for sure. So I think Maxi is still very much needed one of. So that's all the monsters. That's like 25, 26. I'm not quite sure, something like that. On to the spells. I play triple star Pendulum Graph. Now, I know a lot of people will say I'm trash for doing this. I don't have Duelist Alliance, and that's one of my big things about this deck is I don't run that card. I've been in situations where I could pick it up, and I've just decided not to. It only searches out a couple things in the deck, and I would rather play multiple Pendulum Graph and be able to search it with double Iris or draw it, rather than have Duelist Alliance and like draw it late game, and it's just not a good top deck whatsoever. So I play 3 of this instead of playing like 1 and 2 Duelist Alliance or whatever people are playing. I did mention that I'm playing the Sky Iris thing. Sky Iris is really good because it can let you pop your double Iris first turn, or lets you pop your purple poison, and you're popping your stuff and getting searches and destruction off of them at the same time you're getting a natural search off of Sky Iris. And then on top of that, your opponent can't twin twister your scales or anything when this is out, so I still think it's really good. I play triple Allura Darkness. This card is absolutely amazing, and I think this is one of the reasons why I do well still without the Duelist Alliance. And it really just helps the deck out a lot because you play multiples of basically every dark in the deck, and it really helps you get to your Gofu first turn and everything, so I really love playing triple Allura. And then the last spell is a Rajiki, just because it's such a clutch card. You really need Rajiki. It gives you that extra bit of a removal, one of the best -1s in the game. And then onto the traps. I actually bumped the Time Pendulum Graph up to 2. This is such an amazing card, and I underrated it so much when I first played the deck. It lets you pop a Magician you control and any card your opponent controls. And then if it didn't destroy 2 cards, you can send a card on the field to the graveyard. So I know a lot of people pair this up with Pendulum Call, which is really good. I don't play Pendulum Call because I like to go into Wisdom Eye pretty much 24/7. But if you use this in combination with Time Star, it is amazing. Or if you use this and pop a purple poison, it's amazing. Like a lot of your scales have destruction effects, like when they're destroyed by card effects. So this is just an absolutely amazing card. I was playing 1 and it did the job, but I bumped it up to 2 just so I would actually see it more and I didn't have to search it out, like go out of my way to try and search it out with double Iris. And then for the rest of the traps, I play a Solemn Warning, a Solemn Strike, and a Storming Mirror Force. If I had a second strike, I'd probably cut the Storming Mirror Force, but Storming is a really good card because it just helps you deal with like problem cards, like in Cosmos, it's really good and stuff like that. There's a couple of those in my locals, so I really like it. So that is it for the main deck. That is 40 cards, and I think it's a really good main deck. So on to the extra. I am playing the double Time Star. It's pretty standard. He searches any dark spellcaster. Before today, I never really searched out Joker with this card, but a lot of the time I would Pendulum Summon first and then summon this guy and then search a Joker and normal summon it and set up for next turn, and it was really good. So that's totally an option. One Dweller, because I do play against Lightsworn a lot, both at locals and one of my best friends, so I keep this in here just for shiggles. A Castel, because Castel is really good removal. And then one of the new cards, a Supreme King Dragon Dark Rebellion. I do not have Utopia and Utopia the Lightning, and so this card is amazing. It's 2 dark Pendulum level 4s, and if it battles an opponent's monster, you can detach 1. The opponent's monster's attack becomes 0, and he gains their original attack, and it doesn't like target or anything. So as long as it's not like a masterpiece and they're unaffected by monster effects, this card gets around so much. It is really, really good. I really like this card. One Decode Talker and the double Link Spider. This is for Gofu, obviously. I have made Decode Talker without using the Gofu, and it's I, but preferably you want to use the Gofu, pitch the 2 tokens for Link Spiders, and then go for the Taco. For the Synchros, one Beals. Beals wins you the true matchup, or the True King matchup. Honestly, a lot of people say that, but you really don't know how good it is until you played against them. And most true YGO players really only have 1 or 2 outs, if any. And so this definitely won me one of my matchups against true YGO. It's just too good. One Ignister. Ignister is another one of those cards that's just really good removal. It destroys one of your Pendulum monsters and then spins a card. And that spin doesn't target or anything, so it gets rid of problem cards really easily, and then you get to plus or destroy off of whatever you destroy. One Crimson Blader, because this card is, in my opinion, super underrated right now. If it destroys a monster by battle, your opponent can't normal or special summon level 5 or higher monsters during their next turn. So the matchups I had in mind with this are True Draco, Cosmo, and Lightsworn. So Crimson Blader is pretty good. And then Supreme King Dragon Clearwing. It's a tuner and a non-tuner Dark Pendulum, so basically you go harmonizing and you can get this guy out. When he synchro summon, you destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls, and then if he battles an opponent's monster before damage calc, you can destroy that monster, and then your opponent gets damage equal to the destroyed monster's original attack. So that's super good. For the fusions, I play one Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom. It's a contact fusion of 2 Dark Pendulums, and then once per turn, you can target a monster on the field or in the graveyard, which includes your opponent's. And then this card's name becomes that monster's original name, and he gets that monster's effects. And then also for the rest of this turn, if your opponent, if your monster attacks a defense position monster, it gets piercing. So I actually haven't played this card, but one example one of my friends pointed out to me today was like this could be like a 2800 Denko Sekka with piercing, which is like absolutely crazy to think about. So I'm definitely looking forward to giving the Supreme King a try. One Odd Eyes Vortex, you get this out with Dissolver, and this is just like one of your main negations. He's just really good. And then, of course, to round out the extra deck, you do play the Zark, just because when you get him out, he is just unbeatable, basically. So that is it for the extra deck. I'm going to go over my side deck. I don't think I have a great side deck by any means. There are better cards that I could be playing, but I don't put a ton of time in my side deck just because siding isn't huge in my locals. So, triple Vanity's Fiend, just because you can like Pendulum summon in the beginning of your turn, even if it's a monster, and then tribute it off for Vanity's Fiend. And it's just a really good card. Neither player can special summon monsters. It's just fantastic. Double Necro Valley because it messes with dinos. Pretty good. One Spell Shattering Arrow, just for general Pendulum and spell card shenanigans. One Heavy Storm Duster, one Soul Drain, double Imperial Iron Wall, double Light Mirror, and then triple Chaos Trap Hole because I have trouble with some of my light matchups and even in dark stuff too. So this is a really good card. So that is it for the deck profile, guys. Obviously, this isn't one of the best Pendulum Magician decks you will ever see, and I wouldn't abide by this 100% if you have different opinions, but it's definitely a really good deck, and it's a cheap deck too. You can pick it up pretty easily, so I would definitely consider trying it out. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully I'll have some binder videos and other deck profiles on the way soon. So hell yeah.